Yeah, I was born with a heart defect called complex transposition of the great vessels. Don't quote me on that name, but you know.
And that seems like something you should like a complex
rattle
of the great vessels.
Yeah. Not the semi-great vessels, the great vessels. Essentially it means that my pulmonary was in the wrong place when I was born. My pulmonary artery was in the wrong place. So I was born on a cold day in November, and they took me to the nursery, and they came to my mom and said, "We found a murmur. We're going to check it out." And then the next thing she knew, they brought me in and said, "Give him a kiss. He's getting on a helicopter because he has to be life flighted to primary children's." And so, yeah, I had a couple surgeries when I was like a newborn. And then when I was 3, I had an open heart surgery to actually correct the valve problem. And yeah, so I've lived with that most of my life. And then I had another replacement when I was 15, again, to replace the valve, because I outgrew the first one. Yeah. Because I'm such a big boy. Yeah. And then, yeah, so I had the other one replaced when I was 15, and just kind of something I've lived with my whole life. And that's why I say before, like, God has definitely taken care of me, because I've struggled a lot in my life, you know, mentally, emotionally with, you know, dealing with this as a kid, you know what I mean? And so he's always been there to take care of me. And, you know, he even just finding out that I could sing and that I enjoyed music was a life-changing, you know, I grew up, when I was a kid, I always wanted to play sports. Mm-hmm. I loved sports. And I was a huge football fan. I played soccer for a little bit, but you know, as I just got older and the other boys got older, it's just, they could run a lot farther than I could. You know, I get tired super quick, and, you know, I couldn't run as fast. And I was a very unhappy kid after that point. You know what I mean? I just was like, and I was angry all the time at my parents. I had a lot of trust issues. I went to therapy because I was a terrible child. My poor parents. I was mean to my siblings. I mean, I really was just a piece of work. But it really was because I had a lot of built-in questions and anger and resentment and insecurities and things that, you know, when you're 8, you know, I'm 8 years old and I'm laying in bed like, I'm gonna die tonight. You know, those are the kind of nights that I would have. And I don't ever want to be like, poor me, but you know, because it made it so I was so angry that I couldn't make friends, and then I felt picked on, and then I felt bullied, and you know, and so then it just made it worse. But literally there was just, you know, I was probably 10, 11, and I had done some theater stuff before. Like, I knew that I could sort of sing because my parents were both singers, and, you know, we're a musical family. Sure. And so, but I remember it was like around that age when I went to like junior high that I really was like, no, I can like sing. Like I can like sing. And I realized that I loved music, and it gave me a purpose. You know, I was like, I can't play sports, you know, but it gave me something to live for and something to care about. And it gave me a purpose that I didn't feel like I had before. And I became a completely different person. I mean, I'm sure I was still a little demon, but you know, I even remember being that age and finding out that music was a part of me, and that's something that I really needed to do in this life. And I became a happier person. I remember I was just like, wow, yeah. And I learned to play guitar. I picked up guitar when I was like 11, and I started playing guitar. I started singing, and like girls started talking to me, and I was like, oh, this is sweet, you know, but like, you know, so it just, yeah, that's kind of how you know, so I trust God with everything, you know, because he gave me that. He showed that to me that, look, I didn't send you here with nothing. Like, I didn't send you here, you know, even though you're never going to be a quarterback.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. We gave that all to Tom Brady, you know, so, you know, so I'm like, even though you'll never be a quarterback, you do have something to give, and something that I'm giving to you. You know, I feel like every artist has a responsibility from God. I believe that 100%, that this is a very powerful gift, you know, that we have. And so I'm just really grateful that he picked me to have it. So
I want to hear it. I want to see it.
Okay.
Would you be willing to share one?
Probably not.
No, but forget it.
But all right, we'll see you.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, of course. So this song is called One Day. I actually wrote this. It was last year I wrote it. I was on tour with JTM and Jay Warren, and we were flying from Portland to San Francisco. I think we're coming on our way. I think the tour was over. We were just hopping airports to get back home at this point. But I've always wanted to live by the ocean. My mom is from California, and so we've been to California a lot. So the ocean is where I will be one day. When I vision my dream life, it's beach house. You know what I mean? That's just, I love it. It's always my place of peace. It's, when I meditate or when I have my time to myself, I always picture the beach. I picture the ocean. And so I wrote this song so I was flying over into San Francisco, and I was, because it was such a short flight, we didn't really get super high, and I could see the coast the whole way down. And I was just like, man, one day I'm going to live by the ocean. And I was like, that's a song. So I grabbed my napkin and I'm like humming to myself. And the guy next to me is like, this dude's crazy. I'm like, shut up, it's a good song. But I was like, be quiet, So anyway, yeah, so I wrote that and started writing it. And then Kason Renshaw is a good friend of mine, and he helped me kind of finish it, wrap it up. And it turned into this, so.
One day I'll live by the ocean. Just pack up a suitcase and leave. 'Cause the waves on the shoreline are calling me home like this is where you're meant to be. One day I'll live by the ocean. I'll never need anything more than the sky up above and the water below, and your smile as I walk through the door. But oh, you tell me it all sounds crazy, but sometimes crazy is all that we need. So hold my hand and I will take you there. One day we'll live by the sea. One day we'll live by the ocean and planned every day in the sun, watching our kids play forever and always. You're teaching us all about love. One day we'll live by the ocean and somehow get lost in the sunset, till the moon and the stars, they start guiding us home, and they'll watch over us as we rest. But oh, you tell me it all sounds crazy, but sometimes crazy is all that we need. So hold my hand and I will take you there. One day we'll live by the sea. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. One day we'll live by the ocean, in a home by the sea, where the going is easy. Oh, believe me, one day we'll live by the sea.
You and me.
All right, listen, I'll go to the ocean with you.